There's more than one way to spatchcock a chicken. Which is the best for open fire? Vamos! Táncate! I noticed something when I moved to the US and I start posting content that people here in the United States, they know everything about spatchcock. That's a different word. That's a difficult word. Spatchcock a chicken. The first time I did my frog chicken, everybody was like, "Oh, what's that?" And they thought I invented it, but of course I didn't. It's been going around forever in other countries. So today I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna teach you how to open 3 different ways and how to cook them. And then we're gonna analyze and we're gonna decide which one is the best. Not only in flavor, texture, moisture, but also on how it cooks. Let's start with the traditional way, spatchcock chicken. Vamos! Dale! You wanna be in YouTube? Come on. I'm gonna do a big shout out to my neighbor, Janet. Janet, my neighbor. I love her. She's the best neighbor you can ask for. Absolutely love her. Her husband too. Super hardworking people. They are always working. They are always working. Sorry about that interruption, okay? First, the most important thing, dude, I don't care how I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna cut these tips. I don't know why, I don't like them. They don't have meat, they don't have anything, they don't help the process. They're useless. So these tips here, if you're gonna do a caldito, like a broth, use it. I don't use it, I throw them away. Okay, let's talk anatomy, because this is something that is very important when I decided how I like to cut my chicken. This is the breast. There's something here that is called the oysters. That's 2 little muscles, they call it the oysters. It's one of the favorite parts of the chicken. It's right here in the carcass. That's my first problem when we spatchcock a chicken, because you have to go through them, and then when you cut it, you get rid of the oysters. So that's a big negative or no for me. Okay, now you can do knife or you can do scissors, cut through the spine. But look, see what I mean? That's the oyster there. See? 1, 2. So it's sad. Okay, now this is the one that I don't do a lot, almost never. So again, I'm not an expert. I'm not like Benny Kendrick, the master of cutting spatchcock. Now you have your spine off. My oysters. So we're gonna save all this for a caldito, okay? Now that you're open here, now you're gonna make a cut here. See? Flip it. Flatten up. And what I like about this method, that is very even. It's like it gets flat and it's very even all the way through. So that's it. That's all you have to do. Before we start seasoning all our chickens, we're gonna continue with the other one that is the famous, I would say infamous, the frog chicken. Where the names come from? Little bit of story time. Okay. I've been doing the frog chicken, I've been posting about it, I've been doing it a lot, but one time I was cooking, I don't remember where, I was cooking with my friend Chef Christina Fitzgerald, and we made a video. I opened like that and she was like, "What the hell is this? And how do you call this?" And I said, "I don't know, but it looks like a frog." She said, "Looks like a frog." Okay, so this is gonna call the frog chicken. So then I kept doing it and we started naming it frog chicken. And one time I remember Benny Kendrick, a good friend of mine, huge influencer, he's a Traeger guy, he did it, the frog chicken, and he mentioned me. He said, "Al Frugoni frog chicken," and then it blew up. All the internet was doing the frog chicken. They even call it Frugoni frog chicken. That was pretty cool. Everybody was tagging me. Still today, the people tagging me when they do the frog chicken. It's funny because a few influencers from Argentina, you know, they DM me. They said, "Dude, they think that you invented that?" You see? And I was laughing. I said, "No, I never said I invented it," but people here, like, they find it very unique. Okay, that story. Okay, you're gonna see how easy it is to open a frog chicken. First, same thing. Remember, when you spatchcock a chicken, you put this side on the spine up. We're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna put it this side where the hole is. We're gonna cut the skin, but again, this skin later is gonna protect the breast, so you wanna go as close as the leg possible. First, we're gonna open that. See how I leave the skin on the breast? If you cut close here, then the skin is gonna be off the breast. The other side, see how it's done now? I got the skin in both sides. Now I have to open all the way here. This excess fat and skin, we're gonna cut it until you reach the bone. You're gonna go not so far away, just like that, see? Just 2 or 3 bones. Once you have it like that, to the chiropractor. You flip it like that and chiropractor. Deep breath. Did you hear that? Tack. It's very important. Who's that? Sorry guys, Amazon is here. Do, 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 do. Stop buying Amazon bullshit. That's drunk shopping right there. All right, let's go. Now it's very important, this part. We're gonna dislocate all the bones. Listen to this. So dislocate one, dislocate the other one, dislocate the wings. What that's gonna do is gonna dislocate all the tendons, all the hard parts, so that's gonna be more loose. The heat is gonna penetrate more, and it's gonna cook faster and easier. See how I flatten up now? And see what I mean? What Christina said, it looks like a frog. Check this out. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Frog chicken done. We're gonna go to the third way to open the chicken. This doesn't have a name. In Argentina, we call it pollo parrillero. That means grilled chicken, something like that. Doesn't make any sense, but help me to put a new name here. Same deal. We're gonna the opposite side where the hole is. Remember, frog chicken, you go like this. This is gonna be in the same side, but we're gonna flip it and we're gonna open it. You see that line that divides the two breasts? Okay, you pick one side and you have to go all the way until you get to the other side. See? You went to the other side and now it's easy. Look, you open it. A little more help here. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. And then you flip it. The wings you can do like, you can leave it here and cook it like this, or you can open it here and open it like that, you know. But what happened there is gonna dry a lot the wing. But we can do both. I don't know. What do you think, Santi? You know what? We're gonna open it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But again, you don't have to do that. We did it because if we leave this, it's gonna be harder to cook on the inside. So we're gonna put it like that. So far we have spatch whatever, frog chicken, pollo parrillero. I don't know what you're thinking so far. What I like about these two, that like you see here, we are leaving both of the oysters, and here is gone. When we cook open fire, remember I always said the fire is way more aggressive. Remember, we are cooking with direct heat, and it's not like convection, so you need the bone to protect the meat. You need the fat, you need the membrane, you always talk about that. That said, when you open the chicken like this, what you do, you expose all the bones and all the cartilage. That's gonna help the process, the cooking process. That's gonna prevent for the first layer to dry it out, and it's gonna allow the heat to penetrate slowly. The bone is gonna heat and it's gonna cook everything. And remember, we don't have a convection oven, so you need to get to the middle without overcooking the first layer. Okay, that's big plus to the frog. Pollo parrillero, same deal. You like expose. Look at these fools. Look at this. Stop fighting. Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorry about that. Too many interruptions today, but listen. And then the spatchcock chicken, see? We lost all the bones. All the bones are gone, and we expose a lot of meat here. The thighs, the legs are behind, and here we have a little protection with the membrane and little bones. They're gonna protect the breast. I like it so far. This looks cool. If you have to, like, aesthetic wise, this spatchcock looks pretty cool. I'm beautiful, look at me. The frog is, it looks ugly. And this one looks like the form, right? I don't know. So far, spatchcock is winning. It's a beautiful one. To be fair with the process, we're gonna season all the same. And we're gonna do the same. Stop, boys! We're gonna do, they're throwing axes to each other. Stop, Sebi. You're gonna get hurt, dude. Come on. Look at something. Stop playing with axes. Dude. These guys are old enough to know that you don't have to do that. Okay. To be fair with the process and for the challenge, we're gonna season all the same, but also we're gonna try to season all the same using the same concept. We're gonna season inside the skin, because remember, open fire is aggressive on the meat. So if you season on the outside, it's gonna burn. It's not gonna look good. Mainly if you use sugar-based seasoning. So we're gonna do chimichurri compound butter. We're gonna season inside the skin, and in the skin we're just gonna put salt and oil. That's gonna help to crisp the skin. It's gonna dry the skin, get that golden color on the exterior. For the chimichurri compound butter, we're gonna use our chimichurri dry mix, the revolutionary chimichurri dry mix. You can find us in our shop, in Amazon, in H-E-B, in Publix, and soon in the whole country. Also, we start selling in England, in the UK, and Australia very soon. So everybody's loving the chimichurri. You can use it many different ways. You can do the sauce, you can do a compound butter, you can use it straight like this. It's beautiful. If you didn't try it, this is a must. For the compound butter, because it's very low sodium, the chimichurri, we're gonna add a little bit of sal parrillera. That's also my product. Also killing it. And chimichurri, eyeball it. And we're gonna mix it, and that's it. You have a chimichurri compound butter ready. Like we said, we're gonna season inside the skin. So first, what you're gonna do, you're gonna start opening the pockets. You can help with a pointy knife. Use your fingers to open the pockets. This is a matter of preference, right? Some people like 4 fingers. Some people like to use 2. Okay. Now, see, 1. Open the pockets. Open the pockets. Make sure you don't damage the skin. The excess fat here, you can trim it. So we have this pocket ready. Same deal here. Same deal, right? Boom. I have to get inside the breast and this side. I don't wanna take it all off. Remember, we're gonna need that skin. Pretty convenient, pretty easy to do on both sides. So far, in both these two, not a big deal. Okay, now spatchcock. That's the one that I'm not very familiar, but try to do the same deal. The breast. All pockets open. Now, when I start the compound butter, put in the compound butter inside the skin. Spread that evenly. Of course, the butter is gonna add flavor. Butter is like bacon, guys. It makes everything better. Seasoning ready on the inside. The last step, we're gonna put oil on top. Thin layer of oil. This is gonna help, once we flip it, give that golden color and not burn. And the last, salt. The salt, what it's gonna do? It's gonna dry. It's gonna take the moisture away. Okay, look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Chicken's ready. Let's prepare the grill. Let's talk about the grill and how we're gonna cook it. Vamos, Tagwood time, baby. Vamos, tácate. Today we're gonna use the Tagwood BBQ 26. We're not gonna use the cross. We're gonna use the traditional Santa Maria grill. This is an Argentinian grill. What is an Argentinian grill? It's a Santa Maria with a firebox in the side. Remember, Argentinian style, we cook with embers. We don't cook with flame. So this firebox, we're gonna build our fire here. The coals are gonna drop when they're done, when they're red. That's why we like it. We're gonna push it here, and we're gonna start cooking here. So Santi is gonna start the fire, and I'm gonna explain you how we're gonna cook those chickens. We spread it up even, and now the other big question, how you calculate the temperature with this, with your hand. It's too windy today, like always. With your hand, you put it on top and you count in your head. If I had to pull my hand off before 5 to 6 seconds because it's too hot, that means it's too hot. So I want my hand to last at least 5 seconds for this kind of cook, and that's perfect. Now I have this heat where I want it. Let's start cooking. Vamos. Oh, but wait. Another important thing, you know how I took the embers from here? It's very important to keep adding wood, keep adding charcoal. Consider this is gonna be your ember production. It's gonna be a long cook, so I'm gonna need more coals. Like in 20 minutes, I'm gonna need more. So don't forget to keep building your coals here. So always keep adding firewood or charcoal here. Vamos, parrilla hermosa. Let's go. I got a lot of hate, mainly from my co-countrymen, the Argentinians. When I use gloves, they call me, using gloves. This is because cross-contamination. If I touch the chicken and then I grab salt, I grab my glass, I grab a cigar, so every time I touch chicken, I use these gloves. So this is very important. How we're gonna cook? The 3 of the chickens, we're gonna cook it in the same side. This side first. But when I say this at first, it's not only first, it's gonna be 70% of the cook is gonna be in the bone side. Remember, the bone side is gonna protect. I want to penetrate with that heat to the inside of the thing. The bone is gonna help me do that. Same deal. Vamos. Boom. It's windy, AF. Look at the light. We don't wanna lose that light, okay? Same here, okay? So, bone side first. I'm thinking we're gonna cook this for maybe 1 hour. I don't know, because it's a lot of wind. When you cook open fire like this, the wind, the weather, the rain, the moist, you have to adapt to all these situations, to everything that is happening in the outside. The wind is impossible, but nothing is gonna stop us. Nothing ever is gonna stop us from doing an asado. Nothing. Now it's a waiting game. Like I always said, open fire, 3 rules: patience, patience, patience. Now our job is to maintain this 5 to 6 seconds. Keep burning wood, keep burning charcoal, keep adding embers. Don't get it too hot, don't get it too cold. Maintain the temperature, and after 1 hour, we're gonna flip them if they're ready. Vamos, waiting. While we wait, we hydrate. Santi? No? Oh. Yeti chairs, man. That's the best purchase I made the whole year. Yeti chairs. Sit down for a while. Vamos, Santi. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about barbecue, about your boyfriends. Guys, we have probably 30 minutes. The wind is terrible, keep blowing. We're burning more wood that, I don't know. Yeah, it's getting cold, but we're gonna go through it, right? We're gonna make it. Vamos, salud. Okay guys, we are not even 1 hour, almost an hour, 50 minutes, 55 minutes. I can touch here and this is warm. And that's how I know it's already done. The heat penetrated all the way to the top and that's ready to flip. Hopefully we have a golden color. I love the color here. The wind didn't help at all. We burned a lot of coals and firewood, but I like that. I'm thinking now 20 minutes, maybe 30, I don't know. I'm leaning to 20, but let's see what happens, okay? Vamos. Okay guys, 25 minutes we cook it in the skin side. I think they're ready. They're looking good. They're smelling good. The wind was a pain like always, but let's pull it out. Let's see how they cook. Wow. Ooh. Juicy enough. And boom. We rested for 10 minutes and now the moment of the truth. Let's cut into these babies. No! We don't need a knife for this. The thighs and the legs are very forgiving. No matter how you're gonna cook it, they're gonna maintain the moist, they're gonna maintain the flavor. It's always good, right? So let's start in each one the thighs. Check this out. This is a spatchcock. Ooh, look. Oh, I don't need a knife. Check this out. I don't need a knife. So always a win. Check this out. Moist that you won't believe. Perfect. Let's see the froggy. Here, remember the oysters? It's gonna be here and here. Look at this, guys. Boom. Oyster in half. Let's see. Here's gonna be whole. Always a win. Check this out, guys. Look at this. Look at the bone. Look at this. Okay, the pollo parrillero. Again, the oyster's still there. Now, this is the oyster. If you don't know, see, that's the oyster there. Oyster attached to the carcass of the bone. And two. See? Tac, tac. Ah, that's my favorite part. Okay. See? The tenderness tears apart. Look. I don't even make it look. Thighs and legs is easy. You can, it's very difficult to mess that up. So now the big challenge is to keep those breasts moist. So let's start with the spatchcock. Again, we don't need a knife, okay? Moist, I like it. Let's see the froggy. Juicy, moist, look at that. And the parrillero. See the wings? We keep them on top so it didn't like dry. Let's see, that's the breast. Again, cook completely moist. The chimichurri, I'm barely pulling it. Look. Taste test, okay? Let's see the breast. Chimichurri chicken, guys. This is so, like I said at the beginning, such a noble piece of meat. The chicken, I love chicken. It's always a win. It's forgiving, it's cheap, it's easy to cook. It's always a win. The chimichurri takes everything to a different level. I love it. I wish the skin was crispier, but the heat didn't help. And again, look at the thighs. Look at the thighs. This is always a win. Look at that. I have to say, chicken is probably the most underrated protein ever because it's so good, man. Chicken is always good. When we do events, it's probably the cheapest cut of meat that we bought and people always love it. If you cook it like that, there's no way you're gonna mess it up, okay? Conclusion time, all of them, they're like super good. But if I had to think about the difference, spatchcock, eliminate the oysters, it's not a big deal, but you know, it's not good. And always out of the three, I think that the breast on the spatchcock, I think it was the driest one. I think the frog, because it's more compact, is the one that retains more the moist out of the three. Thighs and legs are always good on the three of them. In my personal opinion, because how it looks, because how it cooks, because how it retains moist, I think the frog is number one. Number two is pollo parrillero, and the least favorite is the spatchcock, but again, don't hate because I'm talking about open fire. When you have a smoker or you have a big green egg or a Weber, you have a convection heat, so probably cooks better. For open fire, frog is the boss, okay? But you do you. I'm gonna always tell you what I think, what I like. It's up to you to decide which one is better. This was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. Like I always said, if you enjoy this content, if you learn something, if you find value on this, subscribe to my channel, give a like, leave me a comment because I love to hear about you and what you think, what you want to see next, okay? This was frog, spatchcock, chicken, and parrillero. Alfregoni out. Vamos. Hasta la próxima.